Hello, good afternoon, and good morning. I'm LaKendra Tooks, and it's time for Tooks Takes. Woo! Welcome back, y'all. First of all, I owe y'all an apology. I kind of ghosted y'all. I was acting like a man, making empty promises, not keeping my word. But this time, y'all, I'm for real. We have revamped Team Tooks. And guess what, y'all? Our new fearless leader of this Tooks Takes empire, he's a chump. That's right, y'all. Ain't no love like chump love. We see each other. So I'm super excited because Tooks Takes is back and it's about to be better than ever. We got our eye on the prize, baby. Y'all gonna be like, call her daddy who? More like, call her Kendra. That's right. I am her because y'all are about to get the Forever Ken's Day continuation that you were promised and quite frankly, that you deserve. Because it's rough out there. Y'all need me. I need y'all. We need each other, okay? Now, look, we've got a lot to catch up on. We got shows to talk about. And we'll get there. But first, call me Toby Keith. Because I want to talk about me. Y'all, I celebrated a birthday last month, and I want to talk about it. I want to talk birthdays, getting older versus aging, getting better with age, making sure little you is proud of big you. Now, I don't think little me was proud of big me when big me got ditched on a date. Now, I talk about this on Jeff Lewis, but let me get y'all the inside tea, the details, okay? On one of my dating apps, my age is wrong, and it won't allow me to change it. So I've got a disclaimer in my bio. Age is wrong. If we meet, I'll let you guess. Now, usually, historically, I date guys that are just about my age, but for whatever reason, right now, I'm a childless MILF. I am a childless MILF. And you know what's a childless MILF? It's a childless MILF. A woman of a particular age who looks good, works out, can do the splits, but she ain't got no kids yet. A childless MILF. So I'm attracting nothing but youngins right now, y'all. And it all started with this young man at the car wash. He tried to holla. I shot him down. I said, baby, get someone your own age. Then along came baby Chump. And he's just a dear friend. But he was so sweet. Like, it was like, you know what, let me give these young bucks a chance because the older dudes, they're really not hitting on nothing. And they look bad. Like, they look like they still use Noxzema. I deserve someone with a smooth face, I don't want no old man with a weathered face weathering all over me. So this fella was younger and, y'all know I'm a white guy magnet. And I don't know why. It's like the great mystery of my life. Why? What is this? My poor mother. I'm like, Mom, I'm sorry. I'm trying. I started this year on a mission to make my mama proud. I, white guy, magnetized myself and I said, brothers, where you at? I'm scouring the globe for brothers. Where you at? I'd like to make my mama proud for once in my life. And one of you brothers is going to have to step up and marry me, dang it. Well, I started out strong with this really lovely, or so I thought so, black gentleman. Turns out he scares easy. What a doof. He thought Valentine's Day, Black History Month 14th, would be a great day to just ruin me. And I just knew this man would send me a flower. We'd been dating for a solid month. I wasn't expecting a tennis bracelet. I do deserve a tennis bracelet. But I would have taken a melon-heavy edible arrangement. Not nothing. Not a text. Not an emoji. Crickets. And I hope your house got invaded by crickets and locusts. So that's one brother down the tubes. Now, I had a few dates with another brother. Great guy. But I just didn't really like him that much. And I was trying to like him. But there's this effortless banter that I like to have with a potential suitor. And he and I, we just didn't have it. And, there were some little things that I wasn't feeling about him. But he's so lovely. And just in case he's listening, I'm going to just stop right there because he's a good dude. I just didn't really like him. Then I met another brother. He was really cute. And he had a British accent. I was like, and I thought he was going to do right. Nope. He's lazy. Only ever wanted to meet me for dates in his neck of the woods. How convenient. And then, in lieu of phone calls and text messages, standard adult communication, he was only communicating with me via memes on Instagram. I was like, what the hell? And when we did speak on the phone, he would just go on and on about issues. I thought I was dating Ebony K. Williams. I was like, dude, shut up. Now, what's your favorite cereal? I want to get to know you. I know America has a lot of problems, but what's your credit score? You know what I mean? So I had to cut him loose because he wasn't doing right. And then, I told you I was really trying. Then, there's another brother. Now, I never actually met this one in real life, but we met on a dating app. He was really reaching out. He seemed like super interested, and he looked kind of stupid in his pictures, but I said, let me give him a chance anyway. So he's like, for the first date, we should go on a picnic. Now, I love a picnic. I love any excuse to wear gingham and a straw hat and carry a basket. It felt like a lot for a first date, but I said, hey, if he wants to plan me a picnic, okay. So we exchanged info and we texted a bit, and then we spoke on the phone. We had a good old hour-long conversation. It was pretty good. And, I was like, cool. So he texted me after the fact. He's like, wow, that was a great phone call. And I was like, I know, right? And then, crickets. Another brother bites the dust. Now, I haven't given up on the brothers, but my white guy magnetism came back. So this young man, we're going back to the date ditcher. Y'all know I'm ADD. This dude was hounding me for a date. He's like, let me take you out for your birthday. And I was like, you think I need a stranger from a dating app to take me out for my birthday? Like, relax. I have friends. But he was honestly getting on my nerves. And he's the one that brought up like going out to dinner. And then he hits me with I don't want to make the first date too fancy. And I'm like, mother effer, you the one that brought up dinner. I don't even eat, So I finally agreed to see him on a Sunday early evening. We went to Bacari in Silver Lake, and I love that place. We're sitting at the bar. He's like, what kind of beer do you have? I usually drink Bud Light. It's like, dude, we're at Bacari. This is a nice place. Get a craft cocktail, you broke bitch. Like, and let me tell y'all, too. He was not cute. He was not cute. His pictures weren't that cute either. But I mean, like, he's in his bio. Sometimes if your pictures aren't that cute, I'll give you a chance if your bio seems okay. And he had bad teeth. He lied about his height. And he was chewing gum like a cow. I knew I was not interested in this idiot. And so I just said, let me just sit here and enjoy my craft cocktail because I'm at Bacari. I look cute. I have plans with my friends to meet later. And I'm just going to talk his ear off and drink my little cocktail, so then maybe if at the very least I'll have some content or some material for comedy or something like that. And well, here we are. But I truly should have ditched him because he was telling me he always wanted to date a black girl because he wanted his kids to be good at sports. You know how when somebody says something stupid and sometimes you have a delayed reaction to it because it's just like, did you really just say that out loud? Are you trying to harvest black people so you could take advantage of our gene pool? I wanted to tell him so bad. You could impregnate the whole WNBA and your kids will still suck at sports because you suck. And yeah, this stupid, ignorant, terrible man ordered another drink and then pretended he had to go to the bathroom and ditched me and left me with the bill. Now, thank God I could afford it. But dude, who do you think you are ditching me? I should have been ditching him. I knew something was afoot. That's why I never gave him my phone number. I should have never taken the date. Something told me don't ignore this guy, unmatch this guy. But, because I did not give him my phone number. I don't have his phone number. I don't have his last name. I don't know anything about him. What I do know, what goes around comes around in life. And you can never mistreat LaKendra Tooks and get away with it. God loves me way too much to ever let that happen. So guess what, buddy? La Karma's coming for you. And your kids are going to suck at sports. Now, let's switch gears and talk about happy things. So, y'all, I just celebrated my birthday last month on May 20th. I share a birthday with Cher, which makes sense because I might not be a gay icon yet, but I am definitely on my way. And I do come from a long line of gypsies, tramps, and thieves. And I'm a dark lady. I could do this all day, but I won't. Okay, one more. I found someone. Okay, no more, no more. No more breaking in the song. We do not own the rights to Cher's catalog. Don't tell it, y'all. Y'all know I got ADD. Let me get back on track. Okay, so my birthday. I love my birthday. I love getting older because that means I'm alive. And I certainly want to be alive forever. But I'm not particularly interested in aging, Like, when I think of aging, I think of like gray hair, wrinkles, aches, pains, Geritol, early bird specials. No, thank you. I still feel very youthful and young. I honestly feel better every year. This birthday was even better than my last birthday. And I was so scared that my birthday would suck this year because y'all know this is my first single birthday in like 4 years or so because, I was in my relationship and I came into the month of May like a G. I was like, I'm good. I don't need anybody or anything for my birthday. I'm going to get my own cake and my own candles. And I'm going to be fine. But as we're getting closer and closer to the day, I realized I was not fine. And, I was a little bit of a mess. And suddenly the idea of spending my birthday alone just felt so sad and pathetic. So my besties, now y'all know I have, different bestie groups and categories. I have my legacy besties that I've known for, 20 plus years. And then I have my blendy babe besties. My blendy babes, they're my blendian tribe. It's 4 of us. They are Indian and I'm black. Put them together. Bam, the blendian tribe. 4 brown girls who love hot sauce. And we've been friends for about 10 years or so now. And they've been so special to me because they've been there for me. They've been my besties through this seemingly everlasting single season of mine. And they've just made my life better in so many ways. And I truly thank God for them. My kids are totally going to be calling them Auntie one day. I met so many incredible people over these last 10 years because the last 10 years was supposed to, at least in my mind, I was supposed to get married. I was supposed to have babies. I was supposed to become a millionaire. And, these things have not yet occurred yet. But I always knew I wanted these things and I still do. And I think about these things. I thought they would have made me happy. And I'm sure, they will make me happy. But I got to tell y'all, I'm happy right now. I'm so incredibly happy in this present stage of my life. I'm really happy without those things. And had you told me, however many years ago, LaKendra, this little timeline that you've created for yourself, it's not going to happen at all. And guess what? You're going to reach a particular age and you'll still be happy and fulfilled. If you had told me that even as a teenager, I would have said the devil is a lie. I'm going to have all that stuff and so much more by the time I'm such and such age and la, 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 la. I would have rebuked you. Yet here I am, single. A childless MILF who's on the path to millionairehood. And baby, I'm happy. I'm as happy as a clam and the world is my oyster. I feel great. So I just want to encourage anybody else, especially if you're a Southern girl like me, we have all of these timelines and these rules that we put on ourselves. Throw that out the window and just be open to however God, the universe, whatever, wants to bless you. Now, back to my birthday. My Blendian tribe was all going to be in New York at the same time, and I had to be there too because I get major FOMO. I do not like to see my friends having fun without me. I'm always like, how dare you? So I decided to make the trip to New York, and I'm so glad I did. I had so much fun laughing, talking, cuddling. Yes, I cuddle with my besties. We nap together. I know the 4 of us have definitely slept together in a bed through the night. Like, definitely. Like, if you're not cuddling with your besties, what are you doing? Cuddle with your besties. Spoon your besties. It's not gay. Well, it might be a little gay, but whatever. It's Pride Month, okay? Cuddle with your besties. And if it feels a little gay, just sit with that. Sit in that little ounce of gayness. You'll be fine. Just one little teeny tiny ounce of gayness. And you're still straight. You don't have to tell your parents about that. It's nobody's business. Okay. But we had so much fun. And I needed that, y'all. I needed it. I just needed to be in the presence of my besties. It renewed my soul. Ooh, I needed it. And whilst I was in New York, I also got to see my brother and his new wife, my sister in love. It was so great to see them. I almost want to move back to New York just so I can hang out with them all the time. And y'all know my brother's younger than me. And at first I was feeling some type of way that, he decided to get married before me. I thought that was very disrespectful, but I love his wife. I'm so proud of my brother. He's such a cute little husband. I'm so proud of him. And you know what? There's nobody I'd rather play third wheel to, and no pressure, but they already know. I already warned his wife. I'm like, when y'all have babies, I'm moving next door. Like, wherever y'all move to next, make sure there's a vacancy next door, because I've been an auntie to my cousins' kids, my friends' kids. When my baby brother has a baby, y'all already know I'm going to cut the fool. I already warned his wife. I said, I'm going to just let you know up front, between me, my mom, my dad, all my aunties, we're going to cut the fool, okay, when my brother has a baby. And I want to be on that allowed to check them out from school list, so I could just go scoop them up anytime I want to and take them to Chick-fil-A. I'm going to be like, F that spelling test. Spelling's not important anymore. We have spell check, and everybody's stupid. You can get by in life not knowing how to spell. I mean, you can be president, not know how to spell. Can our current president spell? I mean, I don't know if he spells. I know he smells, and he makes me wish I could cast spells for better leadership in our governmental spaces, but this is not C-SPAN. This is Took Takes. I don't intend to discuss politics too much here, but I will say, and I don't care if you disagree with me on this one, I stand for immigrant rights, okay? Because America was built by immigrants, okay? America was built by immigrants. Unless you can directly trace your bloodline to chief running bearer of the Iroquois tribe, shut up. And if you call yourself a Christian, especially a pro-life, what about the babies, Christian? And you're okay with kids being taken away from their parents, babies being ripped from their mother's arms? Like, dude, I am so sorry, but you need to reread your whole entire Bible. And you need a heart check. Because where's your heart? Where's your humanity? I don't care who you voted for. I care about your heart. I care about humanity. So if you're cool with all these shenanigans, why don't you go back where you came from? Hell, because you're evil. You clearly need to go back on down to hell with the devil, because the God I know, the Jesus who I know, they would not be cool with any of this. So listen, I say less ignorance, more immigrants. Because can you imagine America without its amazing immigrants? I mean, what would we eat? Apple pie? Your mama's old dry pot roast? A baseball? We need all the culture we can get around here. And I apologize in advance if this sounds a little stereotypical, but baby, if you know how to make a good taco, I don't care how you got here. I don't care if you swam. I don't care if you made your own raft. I don't care if you jumped over the fence. I low-key don't care what your citizenship status is. Sorry, I don't care. Please come here and share your beautiful, delicious food and culture with us. Now, you know the racists and the bigots, they're not invited to the cookout. But guess what? They're not invited to La Fiesta either, okay? You don't get to be a horrible human being and then have access to our seasonings? Oh, I don't think so, baby. No, you and your dried up pruny potato salad can stay over there, rotting in the sun. Because I'm sorry, if you have ever yelled, build that wall, no guacamole for you. No. You know how we have the no-fly list? We also have a no-guac list, okay? They enforce it at Chipotle. They be like, where were you on January 6th? Yeah, that's what I thought. No guac for you. And it's fair. We gotta put our foot down, y'all. But it's crazy. You know, I was so proud of this huge protest that was here in LA over the weekend, all over the country. You know, I didn't physically go to the protest, but my heart is definitely with all of the families being affected by this, because I can't imagine. I mean, I'm so grateful to have been born here, and I understand that's a privilege. But I know my parents, and if we were born in a war-torn, dangerous country with no opportunities, they'd do whatever they had to do to ensure their children could have a better life. So my heart goes out to these people. Now, for those of you who may think I'm too woke, I want everybody who wants to come here to be able to do so legally so they can be here and not go through the trauma of being deported. Like, if I was in charge of ICE, first of all, we'd have to change their name to Nice. Because I'd be like, look, we're going to be real nice about this, okay? We're going to go into the barrios. We're going to say, hola, ¿cómo está usted? And then we're going to say, look, we got to get you legit. Operation Too Legit to Get Deported. You know what I'm saying? And we knock on doors and say, hey, here's a list of the tasks you need to complete. And you got 90 days to do it. Listen, a lot can happen in 90 days. And we know this because we watch 90 Day Fiancé. We know how the K-1 visa process works. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get that green card. Sometimes you got to sleep in a bed with an ugly person for 90 days. Now, of course, I'm making light of a very serious situation, but I don't understand why the government can't just haul us to the kitchen, rearrange a few things so we can party with the immigrants, because it does not say our SVP on the Statue of Liberty. SF. Now, we got to get it together, because otherwise, y'all, I'm going to have to run for president. And y'all, I can't do it right now. I don't have time. I don't have time to fix the country right now. I'm very busy watching TLC, the Landfill channel. Now, let's get back to my birthday for a minute, because if you follow me on Instagram, you better be following me on Instagram, you know I got the most incredible gift from my beloved Auntie Amy. She's a chump, and we bonded at ChumpCon. Because I don't know if y'all know this about me yet, but I'm very loving, and I adopt people into my family all the time. Like, if I meet you and I like you, I'm like, we're cousins. If I see a pretty young girl, I'm like, girl, you're my daughter. And they're always like, hey, mom. I don't care if you're black, white, or indifferent. If I meet you and I love you, we just family now, okay? So that's what happened with Auntie Amy. We met at Chumpioki, and I had just performed my rousing rendition of Madonna's Like a Prayer, complete with my new party trick, my split. I'm coming for you, Kyle Richards. You're not the only one that knows how to split around here. Y'all know I did my split in New York, too. And I posted my birthday split that I did in New York. My mother decided to chastise me. She's like, you had your coochie on the floor? You're going to catch something. Now, valid concern, Mom. Valid concern. But I'm like, Mama, now you know I had on my granny panties because I was wearing a mini skirt. And I always wear granny panties or a boy short, something with a mini skirt, just in case I have an ungraceful moment, because nobody's getting a free peek. No. You will see my Playtex Cross Your Heart extra cheek coverage granny panties, if anything at all. So I said, Mama, thanks for the concern, but my coochie's fine. So we're at Chumpioki, laughing, drinking, talking smack, being good Christian bitches. And I just fell in love with Auntie Amy. She actually reminds me of my aunts, Southern, drunk. And she told me she wanted to send me a birthday present. I was like, Auntie, you don't have to do that. And she said she wanted to. She said it's her love language, giving gifts. And so I thought she maybe just send me something off Amazon. Y'all, why did my Auntie Amy send me a Gucci bag? I'm still in shock and awe. I'm scared to carry it. It is the sweetest gift I've ever received in my life. And I've received a lot of really wonderful gifts. And Auntie Amy, I know you're listening because you're such an amazing and supportive and loving auntie. And I promise you one day in the near future, I'm going to get you a gift that makes you feel just as special as your gift made me feel. Because I love you. Now, I got to tell y'all. Now, y'all know I used to work on another show on radio, Andy. And I was so bummed when I got the axe from that show. But I'm telling y'all, it's literally the biggest blessing of my year so far. Because now I'm a chump, baby. And if you're a Jeff Lewis fan, you know what I'm talking about. You know about Chump Life. If you're not a Jeff Lewis fan, get into Jeff Lewis. He's the best. And I have to tell you, I was so nervous to meet Jeff for the first time because, of course I knew him from Flipping Out. I'd seen him on Watch What Happens Live. And I know he's like brutally honest. So I'm like, oh my God, let me make sure I look good. Let me make sure I'm pretty. Cause but Jeff, honestly, y'all, He is such a good dude, and he really embraced me. I'm so excited to continue building my bond with him and Shane and all the chumps. I mean, it's such a fun and fabulous family to be a part of. And I'm so grateful to all the chumps who have embraced me and shown me so much love. I'm telling you, y'all don't know what that means to me, especially after the Q1 I had. You know I was ghosted on Valentine's Day. Come on, the devil was really trying to bring me down, but I held on to my faith. So I'm walking savvy the other morning, and I live in a pretty safe neighborhood, and every now and then, you get the odd, transient, tramp, and they just want to come through and they're harmless. They just want to grab your recyclables, go through your trash, whatever. I'm like, the old adage, your trash is someone else's treasure. Well, I watched that happen in real time. This man was digging in the dumpster, and he had the biggest grin on his face. This man was excited about the trash, or in his case, treasures that he was finding in the dumpster that day. He was looking at that dumpster the way I look at a Ross. He had that look of excitement and obsession and anticipation. I mean, he had it all going on. The same way I look when I drive past a Ross Dress for Less. Well, he's more like Mess for Less, which is great. I said, you know what? This guy should be working at TLC, the artist formerly known as the Learning Channel, but I now call it the Landfill Channel, because not only is it garbage, there's a lot of recycling going on there too, over on the Landfill Channel. Because let me tell you something, the Landfill Channel is living up to its name yet again. Y'all know they got My 600-Pound Life, they've got the My 1,000-Pound Sisters, and now they got a new show, 1,000-Pound Roomies. I'm like, Lord, I hope the floors are secure in that home. Now, I know I'm supposed to be, recapping, all the shows. I'm supposed to be doing 90 Day Fiance, but y'all, I just can't sit back and watch 90 Day Fiance while I don't have a fiance. It's too hard. I'm like, how are all these idiots getting engaged before me? What kind of effery is this? So I'm just like, you know what? Dude, I'm going to take a break from 90 Day Fiance. I've just been holed up in a corner watching vintage episodes of Love After Lockup. And I got to tell y'all, I am this close to getting myself a prison pen pal, because at least they'll call you every day. I mean, it's a collect call, but a call's a call, But lucky for me, the Landfill Channel, it's got all kinds of garbage for me to indulge in. So I started watching 1,000-Pound Roomies. Now, these are two big belly burger binging besties. They are morbidly obese and they are morbidly hungry because, baby, they be morbidly eating. They go to In-N-Out with a list pre-typed in the notes app, and they sitting there reading the list. Okay, 4 by 4, 7 fries animal style, a jungle burger, a everything burger with everything on it, 100 packets of ketchup, 2 extra large pink lemonades, 100 of those little peppers, no napkins because I eat too fast to need them, and 4 Neapolitan milkshakes. And the other girl goes, I'll have the same plus. And I'm like, what? What? God bless the service industry, and God bless these girls because they eat a lot, and they're fat. It's not a thyroid issue. It's not a gland issue. These girls like to eat. There's clearly some type of an addiction here, but if you are behind them in the drive-through line, I'm telling you, you better off just going inside, and because they can't go inside. They can't go inside. They can't sit at the booth. If they sit in that booth's going to go poof. These girls are living large. I mean, you can't, but here's the thing. They're beautiful girls. Very pretty girls, but you can't live long at 630 pounds. Jazz found out that her life expectancy based on her weight is 44, and she's already 40, and she's got a kid. So she wants to lose the weight, so she's on Ozempic. I said, Lord Jesus, I know that Ozempic is working overtime. So we are going to keep watching 1,000-Pound Roomies, so we'll go into it a little bit more in depth next time. But the Landfill Channel also has another show. It's about adult virgins, and I watched a little bit of it last night, and I want to keep watching it. And I'm going to start back watching 90 Day Fiance. You know what? Whatever the Landfill Channel, whatever they got going on, I'll watch it because I love mess. I love mess. Now, before we get out of here, here at Tooks Takes, before I leave, I like to give you my Tooks takeaway. What would little you think about big you? It's something I ponder a lot, especially around my birthday when that self-doubt creeps in about what you haven't accomplished yet. And, I think about it and I think little LaKendra, little Ken, what would she think of me? Well, she'd love my closet. She'd love all my clothes. She'd love all my makeup. She'd think I'm funny and pretty. And I think she'd want to be me when she grows up. And I think she'd think it's cool that I've got the #1 podcast on planet Earth. We're manifesting that. And I feel really, really good about big LaKendra. I'm learning to stop lamenting over what I don't have, and instead I'm beyond grateful for everything I do have, because I have a lot. And the best is yet to come for me and you. Say it with me. The best is yet to come. Now listen, y'all, I got to get out of here, but make sure you're following me on all the social media platforms at LaKendra Tooks, at Tooks Takes. And thank y'all so much for your patience and your endless love and support. It means the world to me, and all the love you give to me, I give it right back to you. Thanks again for joining us here on Tooks Takes. I pray that my light helps you find your light, and may you shine so bright. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.